El Nino is coming to an end, and La Nina could be around the corner. That means next winter could be a lot different from the mild one we just had.
But what about the next few months as this climate pattern transitions? Meteorologist Matt Gray looked at past years. We went from El Nino to La Nina to find some clues, Matt.
And you can look back at the past and try and predict at least a little bit about the future. The new El Nino forecast from the U.S. Climate Prediction Center is out today, and it does say to expect a pretty big change over the course of the summer. Now, as a reminder, El Nino and La Nina, opposite sides of a kind of ocean climate cycle in the Pacific Ocean, but it has worldwide weather implications. That's really what you need to know. For the past year, the world has been under El Nino, which is why we just had a warmer and less snowy winter here in the inland Northwest. But now there's a 50% chance of it switching quickly to La Nina this summer, and an 80% chance that it'll happen by the time we get to fall. As I'm sure you skiers and snowboarders already know and are probably already anticipating, La Nina winters tend to be cooler and snowier in the inland Northwest. But what about what happens before all of that in the summer and the fall seasons? We'll take a look at these maps. Since 1950, there have been 12 summers we've had this transition from El Nino and gone basically directly to La Nina. In these transitional summers, most of the United States ends up much warmer than normal in the summertime, while the North Cascades actually end up slightly cooler, parts of the Columbia Basin too. In the Spokane area, no noticeable change. Now, this doesn't mean that some of these years weren't hot or cool. In fact, many of them were. It just means that there's no consistent trend between all of them related to this change from El Nino to La Nina. However, there is a trend of fall weather during these years we examined being warmer going into that La Nina winter. Now, these years were also wetter in the fall in the Northwest as well, so it's likely we'll be able to get some relief in a few months from what so far has been a pretty dry start to 2024. But I tell you what, it is a long summer between now and then, and we may not have an indication of how hot it's going to be here in the inland Northwest, but it is hard to look at this pattern and not be concerned about some more extreme heat around the country as we get into the next few months.
All right, Matt, thank you.